Hey guys, and welcome back to the next video. Today we want to talk about the dragons, how they changed after the last couple of balance changes and whether you can actually use them right now. I know there are a lot of guys out there that are doing right now videos on drag bet, like bats in combination with dragons, but since pretty much everyone is doing it, I would take a look at mass dragons because I think this should work as well. This is going to be the army we're using, and let's jump into the first attack. First attack is going to be on a trophy base. I'm right now pretty low on trophies, so most of those bases I'm facing are those really annoying anti-2-star bases, and it's even a mix in between of multi-inferno towers and a couple of single inferno towers. The first two replays is going to be pretty much like live commentary, and the last one is going to be a live attack with live reactions, etc. So make sure to stick around for that. First off, we want to talk about what is the important stuff when you're attacking with dragons. And they're pretty similar to miners because like one troop is ground and one troop is air, but what they are doing is pretty much the same. Both attack the nearest building. It's not about like only defenses, only, I don't know, like only storages, whatever. It's only buildings, which means they're attacking everything, which in the end means that you have to create really good pathing. Obviously you have to decide, okay, what should I go for? Maybe miners, maybe dragons. Right now, as soon as you're getting pathing and pretty decent pathing into the back end and air defenses, it's working alright because dragons right now are so powerful. Like the extra the HP buff is helping them so much because it's pretty much having a next or another dragon on your field, because 300 HP for every single dragon, and you have an extra dragon if you have, like I'm using right now, 11 dragons with you. Then what do? Use the Slammer for. Slammer is most of the time filled with dragons or with loons. That's pretty much depending on your preference. I'm like played around with a couple of loon combination with dragon combination. I think the most helpful in the end I found the only loon slammer, but once again it depends on the base, it depends on pretty much the attack, and like I said, your attack style. I really enjoy pretty much spamming the dragons into the core, like creating pathing into the core when it's an anti-2-star base, and then trying to snipe the outside air defenses, which means most of them are pretty clumped up. So for example, on this base I had 2 left, 2 right, so I could take out one of the sets with my slammer, which is always super helpful. And then the spell combination means that you don't have to be afraid of multi-inferno towers, because even though your dragons are really tanky, if they get like targeted by those super heavy stacked cores of multi-inferno towers, then it's always like a struggle to actually get through that without the heal spell. So that's why I'm bringing the heal spell to those army compositions as well. Once again, one of those teaser bases with the setup of this island around the town hall. You always have all of the most important defenses around the town hall in those trophy setups. So what is pretty much the goal for you to go into the base? The goal is always to actually create the pathing into the core, like we just did in the recent attack, where I created on the left top and the right top corner with my heroes the pathing. Now I'm doing pretty much the exact same thing again. I'm breaking my king in on the left side. I will use my queen on the right side in a moment, just to make sure that the corners of this base are gone, which means my dragons, if they're coming from the top, they will immediately target the eagle and get pretty much soaked into the island around the town hall and the town hall itself. So my king is doing great work on the left side. Meanwhile, my queen on the right side is doing her thing. And then, yeah, she's not really dying so far because I had the ice golem helping her as well. And then she's taking out even more defenses. Now you have to think about, okay, how should I funnel, or what should I do? The plan was to use the slammer on the left side because there was like still the archer tower still standing, and then basically the dragons from the right, which means they will funnel each other into the core and then just path downwards to the eagle. Then just like add a couple of dragons in there as soon as the slammer is tanking, the baby dragon as well. I should have used one dragon onto the barracks on the right side. That would have been more clever, but I still have to work on my dragon deployment. It's a little bit Okay, YOLO, just spam it in because they're so powerful, so it's working most of the time, so not getting punished too heavy. So yeah, but it was kind of risky to let the dragon's path actually to the wizard tower on the right. But because most of the dragons are going in, it's looking really good. Heal spell, like I said, as soon as those damage, those AoE damage defenses are coming in, it's getting really close otherwise. And then you have a lot of rage spells for the rest of the base as well. There's only pretty much the Tesla farm at the bottom still standing at this point. I used the rage on the right side because most of my dragons are there, and then a couple of cleanup troops with the archer and the wizard. Why do I bring an archer and a wizard? Wizard is sometimes helpful for the final for one of my heroes, and the archer is mainly for if there's a hound in the CC and I somehow like lure it with my heroes in the beginning, then I want to have my hound or like the enemy hound not going for the for my dragons or like staying around in the core and tanking all of the damage of my dragons. I want to lure the hound away just with the one archer. That's pretty much the purpose of the archer at this point. And otherwise you can just like deploy it somewhere when you need cleanup. But that's basically how to use this army and how to attack. After getting into detail, like how you should break down a base, etc., we will do just in a moment a live attack, which means without me commentating later, I will do everything live for you guys and hope you guys will enjoy it. Once again, I mix up the clan castle a little bit, sometimes loons, sometimes dragons. Get your own opinion on that. And once again, let me know how you feel right now about the dragons and the state of the game with, I feel like it's getting more and more spammy a little bit. We have to see how it works for the world finals, but I don't know. I don't really like the direction right now, but let me know your opinion and let's get into the last attack. Okay, guys, this is a classic push base actually. What do we try to go for? We could try to go for the eagle maybe. We could reach one of the sweepers as well. So I think we should try to push in heavy from the top and then wait where the queen is going for the sweepers. So let's try that. We start with our king over here and the ice golem, death wall breaker, a couple of more, then going in. So we split up the damage in between of the ice golem and the king. So this should look good. We should be able to reach the eagle and we should be able to reach one of the sweepers. So let's see how my queen will decide to go. Okay, we have to use the king ability. Ah, damn it. Right into the double giant bomb, which isn't that nice. Let's see how my queen will go. She's taking out the elixir storage. Okay, go for the eagle, please. And then for the... I think she's going for the left sweeper. This means we have to go in from the right. Let's see. Use the queen ability. Oh, she can reach it, right? She should be able, yeah. Nice, okay. It's taken one Kokoloon. Baby dragon in behind. Wizard over here. Then from the top, our dragons. Rage over here, rage over there. The heal spell just to keep all of my dragons alive. Another rage. Warden ability looks good, looks good. Then the freeze on the enemy queen just in a second. Now here we go. We have one more freeze and rage combination. Let's put it like here. I don't know if you will get the last air defense. This is going to be crucial. Like, it depends how my troops are going to fly. Put the archer over here. I don't know, maybe tank something. This last air defense. Let's see how this goes. But the last air defense, we have a lot of dragons left actually. So this might work even though we have one air defense left. But we have so many dragons and I think they're still kind of healthy. Let's see, the dragons are actually flying pretty good. This dragon should funnel all of the other dragons inside again. And now we get into the danger zone. Now the air defense can reach my troops. The one wizard will help, which is nice. We'll keep all of our dragons inside. Oh, and the time is an issue as well. We have this one MVP archer over there. Dragons, go to the archer tower, please. And this should be a freaking triple. On all those push bases, as soon as you have your dragons in the core, it's looking really, really good. Like, the worst thing that can happen is like a really high percentage 2-star. And if you have access to the last, or like the last 2 air defenses, then it's normally like an easy 3-star. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like I said earlier, let me know your opinion on the last couple of balance changes, because like I already said earlier in the video, I feel like it's getting more and more spammy. I don't know, I feel like the dragon buff was a little bit too much maybe, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it's only my opinion. So let me guys know your opinion, what you feel about that. Did you guys test already the golems, maybe in defensive this year or whatever? So far I didn't, like, I don't know, I feel like they were not too useful, but once again, what do you think about that? And that was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.